Hi there, welcome to another video. So today what I'm going to be doing is utilising the broad beans, chorizo, wild mushrooms, and I think there's some onions in there left over from the last night's risotto. And actually that turned out to be really good. The mushroom chicken stock and a bit of creme fraiche, tiny knobs of butter, really softened up the leftover pork and chicken in there. So I was really pleased with that. And also that my little invention on the stuffed pepper really worked well. That additional layer of bolognese on top of the paella mix in the stuffed pepper really made it nice with the cheddar on top. I slow cooked that for 45 minutes, by the way, and that was a real good success. So that's really, I recommend using up any leftover paella in the stuffed pepper. Okay, so today what I'm going to be doing is my own interpretation of a shakshuka. So that is a traditional North African dish. It's popular in the Middle East, places like Israel and stuff like that. And what it consists of is tinned tomatoes, peppers, onions, garlic, paprika. They actually put jalapeno peppers in there and chilies. I'm only going to be putting mild chili powder in there today, and also it contains cumin as well. So, but what I'm going to be doing is obviously on top of the additional food left over from yesterday, I'm going to be adding chickpeas to it to make a little bit of a Moroccan twist on it. So, and some fresh coriander. I just thought it'd be nice to have some vibrance in there, some fresh herbs. Okay, so let's get straight to it. Just going to put some rapeseed, leftover rapeseed oil in the pan from yesterday. There we go. And another little tip is if you don't want to use too much oil, just use a brush and brush it in there rather than pour it in for a bottle. You know, you can gauge actually how much oil you're putting in the pan that way. Okay, and I've also got some, it's like from Canary Islands, like a mojo sort of like mixed, like herb mix, which consists of cilantro, cumin, and I think a bit of garlic powder, which is, I'm going to add a little bit of that in there as well. So let's get straight to it. Put the garlic in the pan. And also, what I wanted to mention is a shakshuka. In goes the red onions. A shakshuka, what they do is traditionally they put like poached eggs on the top. So what I'm going to be doing is cooking this down for 10 minutes, the whole base of the sauce of the vegetables, the tomato base, with the chickpeas. And then for the last 5 minutes, what I do is create some crevices in the mixture, crack the eggs in there, and then put the lid on and leave that poach it for 5 minutes, and that's how they traditionally do it. So I'm only going to put 2 eggs in there. What they normally do is they probably put about a whole half a dozen eggs in there, but I'm not going to be doing that. I don't want to OD on eggs today. So yeah, but the dish actually they have it all times of the day, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's a very versatile dish, you know. So that's why I'm making it today, because obviously I haven't got all the ingredients for a shakshuka, you know, like on the jalapeno peppers and stuff. But I'm just going to put a few more veggies in there, you know. It's a bit more health conscious. So I'm utilising what I've got left over, obviously. Okay. Just going to turn up the gas just to full blast for you guys, just to speed up the process. Obviously, if you're copying this at home, just put it on the medium heat on the normal hob, you know. Take your time with it. Okay. So I'm going to put the peppers in there. I've got orange pepper today, which is really nice. It's the sweetest pepper, I find. In fact, what I do is I put these chopped up leftover dried mixed mushrooms in there from yesterday. The stock that's
that was generated from these dried mushrooms was absolutely amazing. It was really nice. You know, the same, if not better than just a porcini mushroom stock, because it just had lots of different mushrooms in there, adding all sorts of flavour to the stock, which was really nice. Okay, in goes the chickpeas. I'll put the tomato in last of all, and then simmer it down. Also, what they put in there is oregano. I think they do anyway. So I put like quite a bit of oregano in there. And I'll put the cilantro and cumin mixed herbs in there. And put like, you know, like a nice like pinch of that in there. I've actually also got some leftover chicken stock. That was just to actually soften up the risotto that I had the other day for lunch. So just put a little drop in there just to stop things sticking. Okay, in goes the cumin. They use cumin a lot in Moroccan food as well, so I know it goes with chickpeas quite well. Paprika goes with a lot of stuff, you know, adds a nice bit of colour. Again, like a teaspoon of that. And that will just dry out the mixture in here a bit, so you might just keep an eye on it and just basically add a little bit more stock, stop it sticking, stop the spices from burning or anything like that. So I put it on quite a high heat. But I'm just trying to speed up the process for you guys. Okay, so what I do is just crack an egg in there just to prepare that, get ahead of the game. Wash your hands. Pour the rest of the stock in. So whilst that's actually soaking, the chickpeas and stuff are soaking up that stock, what I can do is roughly chop this coriander as well. Just tear like a nice big handful of that off and roughly chop that. Use all the stalks as well, that's where all the goodness is from, the flavour. Okay. Put that in now. No, it doesn't really matter. Like if I'm slow cooking a dish, then I wouldn't add the coriander yet. If I'm doing like a curry, you know, like a sarg or a rogan josh, then I would not add the coriander in now, because obviously it's slow cooking, then it will just, all its flavour will disperse. But this is only a 10-minute meal, so it's all good. Okay, just roughly put that in there. Got some tomato puree, just thought that would be nice. Put like a nice squeeze of that in there. And then stir that around. And then put in the leftovers. Okay. And this is creating a nice little base for the shakshuka. As you can see, there we go. It's all nicely merged up. And now in goes the tomato. I'm not going to put this whole big tin in there, but I just thought it's 800 grams of tomato. I'll probably put like half of it in, you know, utilise that another day. And what I might do, just put a tiny bit of water in there, a few tablespoons of water, just to give it a bit more sauce in there. Okay. And now what I do, add the mild chili powder, not much, just a small little, less than a teaspoon. Make sure the lid of the pepper's on.
Luckily that wasn't over the dish. Okay, just crack some green peppercorns in there. That'll add a nice little bit of a bite to it anyway, so that's nice. Okay, so stir that up and then cook that down for another like 5 minutes. I'll put the lid on, I'll put a tiny bit more water in there. Just show you guys if you can see that. Yeah, so it's looking much more saucy now, quite like a rich sauce now. Okay, I think that's everything that has to go in there. And then what I'll do is just turn that down to like a medium heat. And I'll leave that for another 5 minutes or so. And then what I'll do is I'll do another little video showing you how I crack the eggs into the pan. And then I'll show you a photo once the eggs are poached and it's all plated up. Okay, so we're 7 minutes later. As you can see, I've made some indentations into the pan. And all I'm going to be doing is pouring the 1 egg in there, like so. And another egg in there, like so. And then what I'm going to do is put the lid on, like that, put it back on the heat, and then I'm going to poach that for around about 5 minutes.